Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come and run my mouth for a quick second. Let me make sure. Okay. Um, you know what's so crazy? I don't know why we do. I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna put y'all in it. I don't know why I'm so surprised when I find out that people like move a certain way. Like, like it's one thing. Like, it's one thing for you to be cheated on. And I know this is going to sound, to some people, it's going to sound ignorant, and that's completely fine. But it's one thing for you to be cheated on. It's another thing for you to be cheated on and humiliated and embarrassed, right? And on top of that, of you being cheated on, humiliated, embarrassed, disrespected, like for the world to see, kind of like Dr. Jackie and Curtis from Married to Medicine. It's one thing for Curtis to cheat on Dr. Jackie, but girl, he even took it a step further by going out in public with this lady and basically was trolloping this horror girl around Atlanta airport, right? And Curtis is every bit of girl 8 feet, girl 7 inches. So ain't nobody missing him. Ain't nobody missing Curtis. Curtis is not blending in, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I've said this. And as much as people may not want to admit it, I can understand how some people, depending on how the cheatation played out, that would probably be the one of the determining factors on whether or not I'm gonna stay with you. It's easier to stay with someone when don't nobody know you a dummy. Okay. Don't It's easier to stay with somebody when you only know that your man ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother situation when everybody know that your man got community in it. You know what I'm saying? And now you looking dumb and stupid. Now you got to explain to people, and now you sweating everywhere you go, and people talking about you, and that brings layers and layers and layers and layers into the situation. I'm not saying that I would stay because I don't think I would. Because after that, girl, baby, I don't trust you anyways. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that I can understand how in some situations, the older that I've gotten, I've understood that, girl. Sometimes cheating may not be the deal breaker for a lot of people. Well, first of all, it ain't. Um, but I also understand, you know, when you start to peel, like, kind of like, I know we're just talking tonight. Kind of like, I'm about to say something that's going to make y'all so mad. And this is probably the man deep inside of me. Girl, I don't believe that, like, there's a reason to cheat. But I can wrap my head around in some situations how a person could cheat. Like Martell cheating on Melody because Melody supposedly wouldn't give him no head. That's BS to me, right? You need you need to figure out what's going on. However, even though I know people gonna say this is the same exact situation, like Quad and Dr. G from Married to Medicine. Remember, allegedly, I think they said that Quad, Dr. G had said that him and Quad hadn't had sex in like 2 or 3 years. It was a long, long, long time. And I was just like, girl, you know, I think it's one thing for you not to want to have sex for a month or two, or even, girl, probably for, I guess, even a year. I don't know. Certain things can come into play on why you're not having sex with your partner. 2 or 3 years is a long time not to have sex. So whenever he went out and he, was caught in the room with that lady, I was like, I mean, it's messed up, but I could see how you could possibly slip up after 3 years of not having no pussy. Girl, you ain't had no WAP supposedly in 2 or 3 years. I can see how you might slip up one day after a couple of drinks hanging out with the homeboys. I can see it. I'm sorry, I know it sounds trifling, but I can see it. Um, The situation with Nia Long and her fiance, Ime, whatever his name is. Long story short, let me read the headline. This is according to Baller Alert. Ime Udoka allegedly had an affair with staffer who handled Nia Long's move to Boston. That's what I'm talking about. It's the disrespect for me. Like, I can't come back from the disrespect. Like, if I was Dr. Jackie, I would have divorced Curtis the next day. Girl, you mean to tell me that there's a chance that the heifer that was helping me with my move to Boston with our son, girl, was banging you? And y'all wonder how people end up on Snap? Okay? Y'all wonder how these people be getting hit by cars and why people be burning houses up? Shout out to Left Eye. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's the disrespect. It's the disrespect from him, right? For even allowing his wife to be disrespected, right? You have put your wife, a woman who has went 50-something years without her name in a scandal, you have now put this lady in the middle of your mess because you wanted to have an office romance. And you know that you were screwing this lady, allegedly. And this is the lady that you had helping your wife move your son and your soon-to-be wife. Well, I don't know, because girl, I heard they been engaged for about 25 years. Girl, your son and your girl fiance to Boston. When I tell you, baby, he needs his ass whooped, if that is the truth. And quiet as this cup, I'm gonna go ahead and say she need her ass whooped too. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. She need her ass whooped too. It ain't a soul. It ain't a person in this triangulation. It ain't a person in this entanglement that don't need their ass whooped except for Nia. Him and her. Nia needs to put a hit out. I mean, not a hit like that. Not like that. Let me bring it back on in, girl. I don't want nobody talking about girl. No, girl, I'm saying they need their ass whooped. That's what I'm trying to say. Especially him. Especially him. Then you got Adam Levine. Girl, around here. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna wrap Adam Levine up and everybody else up and just tell y'all this. If you, whatever you leaving on a woman's Instagram page, if you can't leave it publicly, you're cheating. That's for men and for women. Let me repeat myself again. If you can't leave whatever message, whatever you want to leave to this person, if you can't put it publicly for everybody to see, and if you got to slide into the DMs, then you ain't got no business doing it, and you ain't got no business leaving it. So whatever Adam Levine was allegedly doing in these women's DMs, girl, he guilty. Even if he had not even gotten to the point where they had intercourse, girl, it was leading up to that. Cause why are you in their DMs in the first place? That's 1 + 1 to me. Adam ain't shit. Ime ain't shit. Adam, he just dumb and stupid. You know how dumb you got to be? You know how stupid you have to be to think that no one will find out that you slide in somebody's DMs? Or either you have to be a person that just don't care because you probably know your wife ain't going nowhere. It's one of the two. Either you have to be dumb and stupid or either you just don't care. Because you know at the end of the day, your wife probably ain't gonna leave you anyways. So you got Adam who dumb and stupid or probably just don't care. Then you got Ime. I'm sorry. I feel like Ime, whatever his name is. You know I'm gonna call him Ime. That's what I'm calling him. I don't know his name, Ime. I feel like Ime. I feel like his situation is worse because girl, it's the disrespect. Like, girl, you have this lady who you're allegedly smashing, helping move your fiance and your son to Boston with you, girl. Mm-mm. 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 I'm about to go dye my beard, y'all. I feel like it's not long enough, but I feel like it is long enough. I don't know. I'm about to cut this down a little bit and just kind of like, give a little black to it. A light black. The gray not that bad. I still don't too much care for it, but it's not that bad. I was kind of feeling kind of sexy the other day. I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling a little sexy, just a little bit. I think I like it. I think I like it better when it's shorter. Even though I know this is still short, you know what I'm saying. I just wish it was shorter. Like a five, what's it called? 5 o'clock shadow, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, girl. So I don't really keep up with the white people like that. You know, I have this a special segment sometimes I do call in white folks news. I'm gonna bring that back. But let's get into these white people over here stealing. When I tell you one thing about it, two things sure, white people gonna steal. I mean, girl, why be surprised? Girl, they've been stealing. Okay, girl. Ex-director of Mississippi welfare agency pleads guilty, and Brett Favre connected scandal agrees to testify. Ooh, girl, you in danger. All right, the walls may be closing. This is according to complex.com. The walls may be closing in on Brett Favre. ESPN reports John Davis, the former director of Mississippi's Department of Human Resources, has pleaded guilty to state and federal charges for his alleged role in a welfare scandal. As part of his plea deal, the 54-year-old agreed to testify. I know that's right. Good. Everybody's gonna let me testify. Girl, come on, shout out to Common with his old dirty dick community dick ass. Girl, that nigga know he's trifling too. Girl, I don't know why. And then I heard Jennifer Hudson was talking to Common. Jennifer, girl, do you not know the expiration date? It's 2 years max with Common. You ain't heard. I know you have. Girl, just look at everybody who he dates. Girl, it's a 2 hour. Girl, pretty much. There's a 2 year expiration date. And then, girl, Common is playing games with y'all. um. Anyways, as part of the plea deal, the 54-year-old agreed to testify against others in the case, which could include Favre. Is his name Favre? Yeah, 52. Davis is accused of misdirecting millions of dollars in a federal welfare funds toward multiple pet projects, including the construction of a new volleyball facility at Favre's alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi. Investigators allege Davis worked with the retired NFL player to secure at least $5 million, which reportedly came from the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. That's called TANF for the people who don't know, girl. A program designed to help needy families achieve self-sufficiency. Favre's lawyer, Bud Holmes, claimed his client had no idea. Girl, they never have no idea. The grant money had been pulled from a federal welfare program. However, newly surfaced text messages indicate that wasn't the case. According to court documents, the idea to divert welfare money to the volleyball project was discussed in September 2017. The same year, Favre's daughter began playing on the school's team. The text exchange reportedly included Favre, Davis, and Nancy New, a nonprofit leader who procured the funds for the sports facility. If you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? Girl, guilty. Next case. Girl, he guilty. Girl, he guilty. I don't know. Allegedly. Girl, I don't know. Girl, I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna go back, girl. Girl, I think he guilty. Girl, next case. Girl, why is he playing this game? Girl, y'all know that man is guilty. No, we never have had that information publicized, he responded. It sounds like everybody needs to be in jail. I understand you being uneasy. When I say baby, when I say I get it, we all want money, but girl, y'all gonna go to jail. Girl. Come on. Shortly after New informed Favre that the money had been secured. Wow, just got off the phone with Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant, she wrote. He is on board with this, and we will get this done. A December 2017 text message appeared to show Favre celebrating the transaction. Nancy Santa came today and dropped some money off, he wrote. Thank you, my goodness. Thank you. We need to step up. We need to set up the promo soon. You're way too kind. Anyways, there's a little bit more. I ain't reading the rest of that, girl. Girl, so Brett over there, basically, girl, they all basically over there sounds like, girl, they stealing money. That's the short end. That's the short end of it. So it sounds like to me they were using this money that was coming from, I guess, girl, a welfare agency, and girl, supposedly should have been putting it to good use, but girl was doing what they do. Is he gonna go to jail? Girl. Probably not. If he do, girl, I'd be surprised. Would you? I know I would. What else? Still the same. Oh, let's get into a little married to medicine mess. All right. So y'all already know the mess that's going on up there in Atlanta, Georgia, honey, girl. They say the girls setting people up and kicking down doors. Okay. So Carrie Wells, the white lady, the one who been on the whole season and ain't said nothing but 3 words. Why is Carrie on this season? Girl, why? Why did y'all bring that lady back if y'all wasn't gonna show nothing? If she wasn't gonna be able to say nothing? Girl, Carrie is just wasted space. Anyways, let me hear it. My iPad about to die. Let me turn the brightness down. That'll probably give us some time. So basically, long story short, Funky Dineva and Dr. Heavenly have come out and basically said that girl, basically, I think it was more so Funky Dineva came out and said that allegedly Toya, which is a cast member of Marriage and Medicine, told Carrie Wells, who was actually cast on the first season of Marriage and Medicine, she's now a friend of the show, that Anila, which is a current cast member of the show, had a hit out on her. Now, they didn't really go into details what a hit means. You know, usually a hit is pow-pow, right? But, you know, I guess people, I don't know, girl. So 2 days later, Toya had a party and Anila's house was broken into the same night. So Carrie has come out and said, nobody is saying Toya Bush Harris set her up to get robbed or that she had anything to do with it. But she did say that there was a hit out on Anila 2 days before the robbery took place. So Toya responded back and said, Carrie Wells, you're an idiot, a liar, definitely ready for a lawsuit. You and I both know we didn't have a conversation about Anila's alleged break-in. I don't talk to you now and didn't then. And then Carrie responded and said, bring it on and let's both take a polygraph. You know you said to me before Anila at Anila Saji's robbery. I'm not insinuating in any way you had anything to do with it, but you know what you said. I don't lie. I have no reason to. Girl, let me say something. Look, do I think that Toya had something to do with that robbery? I want to believe that she didn't. But like I also said, even before I saw Funky Dineva, what Funky Dineva had to say, I did not like Toya's response to Anila getting robbed. However, I was talking last night, and just like my sister said, Toya's response was basically spot on for a bitch who she don't fuck with. Girl, if I don't fool with you, house broken into or not, I would give the same. I would give the same thing. Like, okay, girl, I don't care. Girl, this girl just basically said this girl just brought some girl to a party a night before or the night before. I mean, a couple of nights before, basically trying to say that you was screwing somebody else in the neighborhood while your husband was at the party. So why would we expect Toya to care about Anila's house being robbed? Point. I mean, that's the truth. That is true. That is true. However, Toya, you also lying when you sit here and you say stuff like, I don't know, I don't talk to you now and didn't then. Girl, you and Carrie Wells was BFFs last season. In case you forgot. Am I making this up? So I know from last season up until now, some time has passed. But I don't think that Carrie is lying about speaking to Toya. And I do think that Carrie is telling the truth when she says that Toya told her that there was a hit out on Anila. And Carrie never said that she set her up to rob. She's just saying that, girl, you just said that basically 2 days before she got robbed that there was a hit out on her. I'm not saying you had nothing to do with it, but bitch, that's what you said. I believe Carrie. I'm sorry. I do. Sorry. Girl, it's getting real sloppy and messy down there in Atlanta. Okay? I'm good. It's getting real messy and sloppy down there in Atlanta, Georgia, baby. It is. It is. It is. It is. Anyways, say you won't change. All right. So listen, DDG. This is all I got to say about DDG. Because some people are coming out and saying that he came out and said that he was being, he came out the other day and said that basically he thought that racism ended with Martin Luther King. He thought that Martin Luther King counseled racism. I guess once he caught wind of people, I guess not thinking that he was playing, he came out and said that he was being sarcastic. Amanda Seales came out and kind of made a little joke about him saying, basically looking dumb. I'm not gonna lie, girl. The video when she was smacking that gun, maybe she was telling Haley, girl, you need to break up with him, right? So this is what I have to say. I don't think that he was being sarcastic. I don't care about him being valedictorian when he graduated from high school, because we all know that, girl, high schools don't teach us nothing about Black history. Black history is rarely discussed, okay? And even if it is, it's this much. Girl, they're gonna hit you with this what happened with the slaves, and then we moving on to Christopher Columbus, right? Then we'll talk a little bit about the Indians, and that's it, right? They'll tell us that Christopher Columbus discovered, even though we know he stole, Him being valedictorian has nothing to do with what he said. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Nothing at all. If you listen to what he said, the reason why I don't think that he was being sarcastic is because even when he started to talk about the hate that his girlfriend Haley receives, and I'll put the link in the description box and you can listen to it for yourself. When he was initially talking about this, he feels as though because Haley is a nice girl, that there's no way that if people knew who she was, that she will be receiving this type of hate. He also said that he believes that the hate that is going towards Haley is mostly for the character and not for Haley. Sir, I don't know if you've been seeing, the hate is definitely for Haley. The hate is definitely for Haley. And just because your girlfriend I'm sure that Haley is an extremely nice girl. I really do believe that. But just because Haley is Miss Congeniality does not mean that she will not be, what's the word I'm looking for? Just because she may be Miss Congeniality does not mean that she will not receive hate or, racist will come after her. That's not what that means, sir. That's not what that means. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Sir, the white people are mad at your girlfriend because they think that she is now playing a character that was meant to be white. They are mad because Haley is a nigga and Ariel is white. So they are definitely mad at Haley. Now, should they be? No, they should not. But are they? Yes, they are. So even with the stuff that he said about Haley, kind of lets me know that he's a little bit detached from reality, because just because your girlfriend is nice, just because your girlfriend is sweet, and just because people would come into her and say that she's nice does not mean that, girl, the racist people will look at her any other way. You think that nice people you think that being nice has something to do with racism? No, sir. The white people, they hate the fact that a nigga is playing Ariel. Now, maybe he probably could have said it could have been anybody and they would have received the same hate. But unfortunately, the truth of the matter is your girlfriend is receiving the hate. I don't think he was being sarcastic. I think he meant exactly what the hell he said. Sorry. And just because a nigga come out and say something like, oh, I was just being sarcastic, it's kind of like a nigga cheating on his girlfriend and after he get caught, he say, I love you. Of course that's what you're going to say. Yeah. Of course he's going to say he was being sarcastic. He's not going to come out and be like, no, I was just playing. So now we're going to play this game of you playing. Okay. When I tell you, baby, a nigga can say anything and y'all will fall for it. He said that he was just being sarcastic. That's what he said. When I tell y'all was in the comment section mad at Amanda. Y'all can't never take nothing for a joke. He was just playing. He said he was just playing. Girl shaking and shit. He was sarcastic. Y'all get on my nerve. Nobody can never joke. Girl. I don't think he was joking. If you listen to what he said again, girl, you could tell he wasn't joking, because he believes that because his girlfriend is nice and that she would probably win Miss Congeniality, that excuses her from racism. Girl, that's pretty much what he said. I'll put the link in the. I'm sure y'all have heard it, but I'll try to put the Shade Room link so y'all can listen to him say it. That's what he said. Listen, this is all I'm saying. I'm not saying the little boy, girl, is dumb, just outright stupid, right? He may need to brush up on some things. But just because you graduated, listen, this is all I'm saying. There are plenty of people walking around that graduated at the top of their classes, whether it was high school or the university that they attended, and will tell you that they don't think that racism exists, or they think that racism went out a long time ago. So just because someone graduated at the top of their class, that has nothing to do with nothing. Because again, there are so many people walking around here to this very day who graduated at the top of their class, whether they're white or black, who will tell you that they don't think that racism exists. No, it doesn't exist. It's not. So him graduating as a valedictorian, that really low-key, for me, doesn't mean anything. That just means that you excelled in the classes that you participated in. That's it. There are people out there who probably graduated at the bottom of their class, that when it comes to black history, when it comes to speaking about black issues, girl will talk circles around people. I'm just saying. Again, I'm not trying to discredit him because, he did graduate, he was valedictorian. But in my honest opinion, again, there are so many people, and I want to say this again, there are so many people walking around here that are very educated, very smart. But girl, when we start talking about racism, honey, it's like, girl, they just don't get it. And they feel like it went out a long time ago, or they think that it just doesn't exist. So, I mean, it is what it is. I still believe what I believe. I think he was dead ass serious. And y'all say he was being sarcastic because he was valedictorian. Girl, the white people say the same thing, child. I was valedictorian. I graduated summa cum laude. I graduated the top 5% of my class. How dare you? Racism does not exist. I put in hard work. Oh, child. All right, child. We'll be back because this is getting. You know who get on my nerves? DJ Akademiks. T.I. get on my nerves. But I think DJ, no. I was about to say DJ Akademiks get on my nerve more than T.I. No, he don't. We'll come back and talk about this. Shoot, how long have we been on? Because I feel like my iPad gonna die. I got 4% left. DJ Akademiks basically came out in a nutshell because I really don't care, but I'll let y'all know. DJ Akademiks basically came out. Reginae is talking to some guy. I don't know, child. I think he was like big on YouTube, or he is big on YouTube. And he's not as macho, I guess, as DJ Akademiks would like him to be, or he's not as gangster as the one who's in jail used to be. The gangsters always end up behind bars. I'm glad Reginae got a little bit of sense, because y'all need to leave the gangsters alone. Yeah, go get you a soft nigga. At least he ain't gonna go to jail for Rico. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Girl, I would rather have Reginae down to the YouTube with her boyfriend, making mukbang videos and giggling and laughing, and then being caught up into some shit that could get her caught into some shit. Like, that's the thing. Like, y'all really don't like DJ Akademiks. It sounds like you mad because at one breath you mad because, she moved on from the gangster because the gangster done got caught. And now he ain't, basically kind of like saying because I guess the dude that she's talking to ain't hard enough that I guess she not really into him, and they down to YouTube making mukbangs and laughing and giggling, and I guess he's not masculine enough to be with Reginae compared to the dude that's girl in jail. Like, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. Again, I would rather have Reginae doing what she's doing with the boy who she's with now, having fun, making mukbang videos. Baby, ain't got to worry about going to jail. Okay, you getting 300,000 and 400,000 views on your videos, making good, honest money. Okay, making good, honest Google Asses, YouTube money. Okay, then girl, getting your ass down there and girl dealing with a nigga who gonna have your ass in jail with beside him, girl, or girl trying to have you give up your Sunday fun days to go visit his ass because he done fucked around and inconvenienced you. Because that's all it is. It's an inconvenience. So Toya came out after DJ Akademiks said what he said, because he slipped up and called the girl a bitch, basically. I hate when people talk take me out of my character, but one thing about it, I don't play about my kids. Stop playing with my child. You too grown to be worrying about a 23-year-old doing, calling her a bitch and all that other shit is not cool. You men are worse than females and this shit is getting out of hand. I want to know why Toya always got to address these people. What's her daddy at? I'm not even trying to play y'all. I'm dead ass serious. What Lil Wayne at? Because I feel like this is some shit that Lil Wayne should be handling. I feel like Lil Wayne should have called Toya and said, don't worry about it, I got it. So, T.I. comes out and basically says that he wants to have a conversation with DJ Akademiks regarding Reginae. I mean, it's cute. I mean, girl, at least the man, I guess the man is trying to stand up for Reginae. T.I., you got too much. Girl, let me shut up. T.I., you got too much because Reginae got a daddy. And I'm sure she has a lot of men in her corner. T.I., you got too much to be worried about. Maybe your son has a mug shot and he's a teenager. That's what you need to be worried about. But I forgot, you say he grown. You say he grown. You can't do nothing about him, okay? I do not like DJ Akademiks. I do not like DJ Akademiks. I think that he's a clown. It sounds like every time he speaks, it sounds like he has nuts and saliva just sitting in both of the sides of his mouth. I hate it. I think he's ignorant. I think he says dumb shit all the time like he did last night was the thing. I think the latest statement he made, that was the one that put the nail in the coffin for me. The if you don't live a certain way or if you don't look a certain way, then that means that you have not contributed nothing to society. Or he was talking about hip hop. You haven't. If you're not living like a millionaire, then you didn't contribute nothing to hip hop. Like at that point, I was like, okay, girl, he's dumb. Like he's dumb. Okay, girl. Shout out to Jasmine Sullivan. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all girls and boys and everybody else later. All right, bye y'all. And one last thing I wanted to say, then I gotta go get in the shower, honey. When I say she back to black, here comes the man in black. Okay. Galaxy Defenders. All right, so listen, this is what I have to say. The last thing is, I think that it is ironic how people can see the sarcasm in what DDG said about MLK canceling out racism, but you don't see what Amanda Seales said as a joke. Now, you could say that the joke was not funny because I didn't think it was funny either. Well, I thought it was funny when she was smacking on that gum. When she made the joke about Haley catching a sexually transmitted stupidity or something like that. Clearly that's a joke. No one can catch stupidity through sexual contact, okay? So again, I think it's weird that you could sit here and say that you understand the sarcasm from DDG, who's sitting in front of a white man, might I add, being sarcastic about racism not existing anymore or racism going out, being canceled with MLK, but you don't see the joke in what Amanda Seales said. Again, you don't have to see the joke as funny, but clearly when she said that, she was joking. And I'm done with it. Bye, y'all.